Here we see the rise of Magadha. Magadha was one of the 16 Mahajanapadas around 600 BCE. Within 300 years, it has spread into different directions, and by the time Ashoka came, it has reached almost entire subcontinent. So we discuss here what are the factors for this kind of expansion and the leadership provided by various dynasties in this great imperialistic expansion. So first we see how Magadha from small territory became a big empire within 300 years in the form of maps. In this map you will see Magadha as a small territory, and here you will see by the time Nanda Empire reached, it has reached these proportions, and this is the time of Ashoka. You can see almost entire subcontinent leaving the deep south. Entire subcontinent was under Magadhan rule. So the Pataliputra was the capital of Magadha. Pataliputra, the first capital of Magadha was Rajgriha. Later it was shifted to Pataliputra. From then onwards, Pataliputra has become the capital for the entire empire. So now we see the causes for this rise, this meteoric rise of Magadha. Why not, when 16 Mahajanapadas were there, why only Magadha has reached that proportion? Why not other Mahajanapadas? So various factors are contributed for this expansion. The number one principle, the first factor was geographical factors. Let us see here. Geographical factors. If you observe, Magadha is located in eastern Gangetic plain. It has abundant water resources. So first one is sufficient water for economic growth. Later, it is also the place of deep forests. So these forests can be used for getting wood, and if you clear the forest, fresh soil, virgin soil can be generated, and this soil has given high productivity if agriculture is practiced. So fertile soil. Next, it is near to iron ore mines. This iron was used in agriculture and also as war material. So this strong metal has enhanced the productivity in agriculture and also has given advanced weapons to the Magadhan people. So Magadha Empire is enjoying the geographical advantage, and also it is giving the security for its forts as well. Rajgir, it is surrounded by 5 hills, so it is very difficult for enemies to cross these hills and attack Rajgir. So it is protected. Not only Rajgir, the other capital Pataliputra was also protected by rivers. This city was surrounded by rivers like Ganga, Son, Gandak. So it was also called Jaladurga. So hills were surrounding the Rajgir and rivers were surrounding the Pataliputra. So Magadha is naturally enjoying some kind of geographical advantages. So this is one. So because of this geography, it has created economic base and also strategic base. So because of this geography, economically well advanced and also strategically located, and enemies cannot easily enter into this kingdom. Now another one is leadership. Strong leadership was the major factor in using these geographical advantages and expanding the Magadhan territory. And because of this economic base, agriculture produce was more. Because of this surplus, Trade enhanced. With trading activities, taxation returns were very high. So because of taxation, the dynasties used to use these taxation reserves for maintaining strong army and also welfare of the people, so that the people also enjoy the leadership and they have good regard for the kings. So this is leadership, and we will see this leadership into different dynasties. The first major dynasty was Haryanka dynasty. Under Haryanka, Bimbisara was the famous and the first king from Haryanka dynasty. Second, Ajatashatru. Third major one, Udayan. We will see the contribution of each and every individual in separate slide. Here we are listing what kind of dynasties provided leadership in imperialistic ambitions of Magadha. After Haryanka, Sishunaga dynasty came. In this, Sishunaga and Kalashoka were two major important kings. Another major dynasty was Nanda. In Nanda dynasty, Mahapadmananda. Another one was Dhanananda. These three dynasties helped Magadha in expanding their territories. These are important rulers. After Nanda, Mauryan Empire starts. Dhanananda, he was the last ruler of Nanda dynasty and he was overthrown by Chandragupta Maurya, and he starts Mauryan Empire. Here we are seeing till Mauryan period. So because of these people, after this Mauryan Empire, Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara, Ashoka, so all these people helped in expanding the territory of Magadha. And another factor, philosophical factor. Let us see the geographical location of Magadha. This one is the location, earliest location of Magadha. After later Vedic period, this part of Gangetic plain was deeply entrenched with sacrifices and rituals. So the Brahminical religion was deeply entrenched in this zone, whereas in this zone the liberal society was still the common characteristic of this particular region. The sacrifices and the rituals were not common. Brahminical rituals and sacrifices were not as dominant as in the Western counterparts. Because of the less dominance of Brahminical religion, these societies were liberal. Varna system was not as dominant as in Vedic societies. Because of this, capable people have become. Varna system was not as deep, so that soldiers from all kind of sections can be contributed towards the expansion. So capable people from all kinds of society, all kinds of Varna system can be available for army. So soldiers or capable soldiers were also behind the expansion. Why capable soldiers could come from the society? Because Varna system was not rigid. Because of these factors, the Brahminical text used to say these lands were impure lands. They were ignoble people because they were not following the Vedic rituals regularly. Because of these liberal societies, the new religions like Buddhism and Jainism also flourished in this region. So this is another major important factor in expanding the Magadhan Empire. So here we have listed three factors. Number one, geographical factor. Second one is strong leadership. Third one is philosophical factor. So because of liberal society, the expansion could be possible. So this is These are various factors which helped Magadha in becoming one of the great empires in entire Indian history, not only in the ancient history but in the entire history. Now we will see the contribution of these people. We study up to Nanda dynasty, how a small kingdom emerged into big empire. Let us see here. First one is Haryanka dynasty. First major king was Bimbisara. Let us take the map. Here it was the kingdom of Bimbisara. After Bimbisara, Ajatashatru came. During Bimbisara period, he followed three principles. Number one was war. With war, Bimbisara annexed Anga region. Second one was marriage alliances. With marriage alliances, he had friendly relationship with Kosala and Vajji confederacy, and also Kashi. Kosala, Bimbisara married Kosala princess. During their marriage, Kashi was given as dowry to Bimbisara. Kashi was under Kosala, so Kashi was given to Bimbisara. Because of this, Kashi has come under direct rule of Magadha. So here we can see the Magadhan Empire reached Kashi, Anga, Magadha. So it has enhanced during Bimbisara itself. Another major one was diplomacy. Here Avanti kingdom was there. This Avanti kingdom and Magadha kingdom used to fight. So both rulers, Bimbisara and Avanti ruler Pradyota, came to an understanding that peaceful existence is the better solution for coexistence. Hence, both promised together not to attack, at least during their time period. And also because of this policy, when the king of Avanti, Pradyota, was attacked with jaundice, Bimbisara sent his court physician Jivaka. His name was Jivaka. Important in terms for examination perspective also, Jivaka name is important. He was the court physician of Bimbisara. When Pradyota was attacked with jaundice, and he came from Pataliputra, he came from Rajgir, and he treated Pradyota. Another important fact of Jivaka was he also treated Buddha. So he was the physician for Pradyota, Avanti ruler. He was physician for Bimbisara, Magadhan ruler. He was also the physician of Buddha. So that's why Jivaka was an important personality in ancient India. So now Bimbisara has expanded his territory till here. Now his son has come, Ajatashatru. He followed the policy of outright war as his policy. So he annexed Vaishali and Kosala. So because of this, the Magadhan Empire reached till this part. And next important rulers were the next dynasty, Shishunaga came. Later Nanda. Shishunagas expanded this Avanti So they annexed Avanti also, and they annexed the neighboring territories. Some more territories were added by Shishunagas. The major contribution of Shishunaga was the control of Avanti. So now Avanti also has come under Magadhan control. Once Nanda comes, Mahapadmananda was major empire builder. Except Gandhara and Cambodia, he annexed almost all territories, and he was the first ruler who crossed Vindhyas and annexed Ashmaka, the Deccan Mahajanapada as well. So here we see the contribution of, by the time Nanda Empire reached from Pataliputra, it reached till northwestern part of India and central part and also Deccan. So this is how different rulers contributed in expanding the empire of Magadha. So this is how the rise of Magadha. Here you have seen the factors for rise of Magadha and the contribution of different kings in expanding the empire of Magadha.